Howdy folks, how are y'all doing this evening? Wanted to bring to everyone's attention a few things. I think we got a coronal mass ejection headed our way. It's just recently happened, and when we come over here, we're going to take a look first. LASCO C2, and look at that bad boy. Now this is coming off from the South Pole region of the Sun. And as we can see this coming off here, if you look over here, you see how it's got like this little wing over here? It also does the same thing over here. Over here in this region, you can kind of see it. I'll kind of back it up, roll it forward so you can see the movement on it. Okay, well, believe it or not, I actually see little bits of it coming up here and a little bit up here. So I have a feeling that even though the majority of it might have blown out the South Pole, I think we're going to be getting some of that. And that's a pretty significant one right there. So the actual flare itself may not have been seen by us. It might have blown off the southern side, and I didn't see anything for major flares. However, the coronal mass ejection, of course, they can go all over the place. So this is LASCO C2 over here on Space Weather Prediction Center, and this here is LASCO C3. And again, we can also see, if you look, you can see the outline of it from here over and from here over. So you got to imagine the sun is here, so draw a line straight across that. And that's that's where it's at. Now, once you start seeing it come up this way, then you know it's an absolute. It's called a halo CME. And actually, if you look right here, it's really light, but you can see it. You see that coming off there, off the top there. So 10,000 people, maybe more. Yep. So yeah, I'm taking a look at it, and I can actually see it all the way up here. So we are definitely going to be getting some of that impact. Yeah, that's coming at us. Even though SDO is down, it's been down for a few days. There are other ways of checking it, and it's on LASCO C2 and C3. I've also seen it over here on ISWA, looking here at stereo ahead. Now here's the explosion right here. Now remember, this is stereo ahead. Now before, last year, Earth would be over here because stereo ahead was at almost a 45-degree angle here, and we were over here, but stereo head has actually moved itself closer to Earth, so we're actually more like here, not quite at the 45, but we're closer to this angle right here. So where my arrow is pretty much where we're at on the horizontal. Okay, not actually here. It's more level this way, but angle wise we're over here, if that makes sense. So there's some definite. You can see that it's popping up here. You can see the movement up here, which means that's all coming at us. Now we come over here. Well, actually, this one won't show it, but what we're going to do is I'm going to back up and show you guys a little something else here. There we go. Look at this nice little planetary object we got right there. See that? That's what this is right here. That's what we're looking at here on stereo ahead 2, running different space weather beacon. And you can definitely see the difference in the plasmas. Well, almost like a shadow effect. But you can clearly see there is something there that's being pushed up above us. And this does not go all the way up to today. Now, you see that little pop there? Yeah, so we were more over here, so that missed us. And there's... Oh, actually, maybe this does. Yeah, this does go up to today. So there it is, and you can see the difference here. You can see how wide out that is, how wide it goes, even exploded here. So draw a line across that. So this is coming at us. We're going to be getting some of that, especially from LASCO C2 is where that's really prominent, because like I said, back up, we're more over here, so it's going to be this way. So yeah, we're going to get some. All right. Now as we come over here and we take a peek at Stereo Head 2 Science Data, where we've got our space station right here. I wanted to show you guys this guy right here. We have got an absolute definite round object right here. And I'm going to play this forward so that you guys can see it moving off. Look at that. Now that was on the 23rd, and we had the same thing on both of these that showed us that I was showing you guys. That came off the 23rd, and of course there are many many friends out here just kind of bleeping all over the screen. But let's go back here. We already looked at LASCO C2 and C3. Now here's another reason why I'd say it's coming at us. We're looking at stereo ahead chronograph 2, and let's go ahead and move out. Here it is. Okay, here's that explosion popping off. We can see the plasma over here on the reverse ink filter, and that's a significant pop. Now remember, we're over here in this region. Okay, well, probably more along this region here. Okay, so that's chronograph 2. Now, the reason I really like stereo ahead is because, well, what is that off the bottom? Look at that. There's something else off the bottom here. You can see it here too. There's something going on at the south pole of our sun. Now, you guys see that? Look at that. That's coming off too. And this looks like a round object here too. What in the fragnog? Look at that. It's quite defined here. Look. What in the world? Folks, there'd be some stuff going on. I'm telling you what. So anyways, we'll come back over here to stereo ahead, but this one is LASCO C2 and then the reverse ink filter right at the time of our explosion. Now, we can clearly see here, but this really gives us a good idea. Look at the rays here. You see that shock wave? That's almost a perfect halo. The halo goes from here and over to here. So this little area looks like it's kind of bare, like there's not really a whole lot there. But then you actually do kind of start seeing some. It's just not as strong. It's pretty weak. So that's coming at us, folks. We got inbound plasma. Let's go. Now that just happened. Now I think we need to go and check. We need to go see if we can find it on on Enlil or on Euphoria. Now here's some other pops. Now there's something here towards the end of this that I wanted to show you guys. Look at this. Look at this round object right here. That goes into this, that's flying into the sun. Let me back it up. This is backed up. Now look, I'm moving forward, and all of a sudden you see it appear, and it's going into the sun. Look at that. Right here. And it's round. Like a planetary object of some sort. And it stays there for a little bit. Look at that. Like it's there. And I mean, that is very clear to me that there is something there, and it's going into the sun. And there's more things moving into the sun, like what is going on here? So let's go check out Enlil. Alright, come over here to spaceweatherlive.com, and we're going to check out Space Weather Prediction Center's Enlil model that they're using. And as we can see, there was an eruption that came off the western limb. This was off 3038, the one that everybody's, woo, you know, that video I did earlier. This came from that sunspot, and it came off, and it's looking like we're going to get a slight glancing blow from it, according to this. Which, okay, I could agree with that. And it looks like it's going to peak at us. Man, right around here, right between the 27th and the 28th. But they're only showing about 10 centimeters cubed, which, let's be honest, I don't believe that. Then we got over here at the actual Enlil. This is NASA's model. They're showing the same eruption going this way, and it's looking like it's not even going to touch us. Well, sorry, but I don't believe theirs either. So I'll come over here to Euphoria model at the European Space Agency, and they are also registering that same eruption from 3038. Now, this happened on around the 21st, 22nd. Now, SDO has been down for quite a few days, actually, and I think that's why we're getting what we're getting now, why we can't get to it because of the fire, and it's kind of difficult to see some of this. But this is showing an impact to us around basically today, or yesterday, which is what I was kind of showing you guys with the stuff going on from solar winds, because it did manage to blend with the solar winds. You can see it's blending in right here with the solar wind for an impact on us. Now here comes the other solar wind right here, when we're going to be getting that impact on the 27th. Okay, this is from the coronal holes that were right by 3038. Okay, active region 3038. And the sunspot's going to be, or the coronal hole, the majority of the impact will be at 10:13 a.m. UTC time tomorrow morning. So here in the United States Central Standard Time, that would be 4:13 a.m. So in a few hours, it'll be impacting us. So it has not yet shown anything in regards to the eruption that we're looking at that just happened today. Now here we are looking at GOES 16. Okay, composite 195 angstroms of light. We want to check out this southern pole region, and we can see that we have coronal holes on the south pole. and we can see a little bit of activity. I don't see any kind of solar tsunamis coming off of this, so I might have missed the opportunity to see it on goes, which does kind of stink. But here's one of the coronal holes from the solar winds, and remember there's another one up here and then one here in the center. And those winds are going to be affecting us tomorrow. But let's see if we can sneak on 304 and see any plasma release from it. There, it's coming down here. See if we see any plasma moving. Well, we can see we got some filament prominence here, dancing off the surface of the sun here, but I'm not seeing that eruption. So I must have missed it, folks. Sorry about that. This is the best that we got, and unfortunately, they don't do movies, put the images together and have them strung out. Not even on Helio, and I've checked it out. In fact, let's check it again real quick. Okay, for quick reference, we're going to look here at LASCO C2 for the time of our explosion, or eruption, should I say, and we're looking right around 3:30 to 4 o'clock. Actually, and if you look at that, it should go from 3:36, it should go 3:48, but yeah, of course, we know how they like to mess with the timing on that. And we can see our eruption there. Okay, so came over here and I've got Helio Viewer downloaded, and this right here, this is one of the sites that I don't show you guys very often because there's a lot of technical data and sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. All of the different tools that you can use and the different measurements, instruments, it can be kind of a complicated pain in the butt. But what we're looking at right now, we're looking at SWAP. Okay, it's Proba 2 instrument swap measurement 174 angstroms of light. Okay, so that one here gives us this in yellow, and we can't really see it. I will go ahead and maximize this for everybody, and I will show you. This does not show. You can see that little eruption right off the beginning. Did you see that? Let me back it up again. You see that little whoosh, that eruption that came off? I'm going to show it again because it's right at the very beginning. There it is. You see it? I'm going to keep tapping on it. Right there. You guys see that? Whoosh. You see it flop off there? So it did come off of the South Pole. You can barely see it here on this one. But the other one, you can see it a little bit better. And we're going to come over here. We're going to take a look at this guy right here. This is the one we want. And we'll go ahead and hit play on it and maximize it. And I'm going to have to start it over again because it happens at the very beginning. You see that? You see that moving off of there like that? Back it up again. You see that? Yeah, that's what that is. That's our eruption right here. See that? Whoosh. Now this right here is another sunspot group that we can't find on SDO. This right here is a reverse ink filter for the 174. It's a running difference, so you can see the positive and the negatives. So you can see the activity, and there's something really large right here that we're not able to see with SDO clearly because SDO isn't working, so that kind of sucks. But it is nice to have extra tools in the box. You know what I mean? So anyways, folks, keep your eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.